Alright, let's do take two of this one. Alright, traders, how you doing? Mike from MS100 here with you. Just going over the SPY right now. I am going to let you know this chart that I do have up does have aftermarket and the pre-market activity included in there, so it might look a little different than yours. And this is what I'm looking at. Notice the last couple days as I zoom out here a little bit. We had our possible head shoulders pattern with the neckline here in yellow. If you look at the chart, notice how yesterday we came up and retested this neckline, and now most of the day here today we sat here consolidating on this neckline here. It's consolidating right on top and right underneath. We're just chopping around here, chop, chop, chop. And I was actually looking at the market and looking into tomorrow and possibly looking to go short. And what happened today in the after hours, Intel came out and blew out the number, apples to apples comparison of their number, 18 cents. They brought out earnings versus 8 on the estimate, so that's pretty big. We have the Nasdaq futures up around 2% right now. During the day today, we had S&P up 27, the Nasdaq up 6, S&P up 5, and the VIX down 1 or almost 5%. Right now, we are looking at this possible falling wedge pattern that we do have here. I drawn in on the red lines here on the chart. You can notice that. And with the close of the aftermarket right now, we did close above the top of the line here on the falling wedge. Now we did have a pretty significant move in the aftermarket here today, and I will be looking for probably some consolidation here tomorrow and the next day possibly on this move. We could just keep blasting off of it, but I would look for some consolidation to some downside because we did have a pretty big move here in the last 3 days. We moved from 88 all the way up to 91.45 so far, and that's a pretty decent move right here on the S&P. Notice how we are at the top end of this range. We could open up underneath this tomorrow, underneath this trend line, and consolidate underneath. Right here in orange I have my 50 period moving average, which we did close above to today in the aftermarket, and the 20 period moving average, which we did close above. Now if we do move up tomorrow and the next day, I am looking at this white line here as the next level. It is actually at 92.70 here on the SPY, and then after 92.70 I'll be looking at 930, and then looking all the way up here to the highs after that if we are managing to get above this red trend line and this line right here at 92.70. On the downside, we're going to look to extend this neckline right around 900 for possible support, and we're looking at the 50 period and the 20 period moving average. I like what's going on in the market here with the stochastics. They're starting to actually tick up here, and it's going to be pretty, if we can get going here and actually start moving up in the markets next week, 2 weeks, we could pretty much have a pretty significant move because we did have the stochastics pull all the way back down into the oversold level, and now they're starting to bounce back up here. So just taking a look at that, some of the trades that I do have out in the market, I'm going to review for you. I have some Celgene. I'm not going to review that because it's not doing too well. Might be probably selling it tomorrow depending on what's going on, but I do have the SLV and I do have CHRS, so let me show you what's going on with those. Here we are. Here we are on the SLV. Notice this possible falling wedge pattern we have here. Resistance, resistance, support, support again, resistance, support. Now right now we're sort of in a resistance area, nice doji consolidation day. I'd probably like to see one or two more of these here with minimal downside in it. Maybe flag out in here and then break right above that downtrend line that we do have drawn from the top of June. This one could be a pretty significant move up if we do get a move in it, just because it's sold off so far. The first area that you're looking at on this chart is probably right around here. It's 1350 area and possibly the 20 period moving average. I would like to see some more volume come in on this one. Let me show you some charming shops. Now I didn't just get in this one because of Kramer. I actually traded this one back when it was like 144, and I actually traded it all the way up to 290. So that was a pretty good move on it, almost 100% there. But this was just looking at here, possible wedge pattern with the breakout. Got into it yesterday, looking for some more upside in it, possibly 933. All right, that's it, traders. Talk to you soon.